our program chair, Kathleen Jeffrey, introduce our speaker. Kathleen, it's your show.
Okay. Today we're going to have an Anthem Blue Cross Senior Stress Management presentation given by Paul Tanges. Okay, good. Paul is Senior Health Educator and Certified Diabetes Educator at Prospect Medical Group. He has a BA in Nutrition and a Master's in Public Health. And Paul has brought his associate, Ronnie Watkins, who is the Business Development Manager for Prospect Medical, who will be doing blood pressure checks for us.
Yes.
And they have also brought their associate, Margie, who is going to be giving us information about federal employee insurance programs.
Yes.
Okay, so I cede the floor to you.
Did you want to say something, Ronnie, or Mike? No, go ahead. Okay, we'll go ahead and start. Well, thank you for inviting me. My name is Paul. I'm actually a dietitian by trade, and as you know, it says there. But having worked in this field for the last 22 years as a dietitian and a diabetes educator, there's no doubt that anybody that comes sees me for any type of chronic condition, stress is always an underlying issue that can make things better or worse. So stress is a problem, and I think a lot of it, what we're seeing today, our overall health. They say for the first time in the history of the United States, since our founding as a country, children born after the year 2000, or that generation of new Americans being born, are going to live on average less years than their parents. Life expectancy for the first time in the history of the United States has actually become stagnant, and it's going to drop a little bit. And considering the fact that we spend more money per person in healthcare services by far worldwide, and we're getting a lot less in return, that's a problem, right? What's going on? I really do believe it's stress. Not so much, the stress like, oh, I wonder if the Dodgers are going to be good this year, or what's going on with our beloved Lakers, or, is traffic going to get better? What's going to happen in the next election? Not that kind of stress. Psychological, emotional stress, but it's also environmental stress. I truly believe we live in a pretty toxic environment that's leading to major issues. When I first became a diabetes educator, it was estimated this is 1991, estimated that 1 in 14 people living in the United States was pre-diabetic or living with diabetes at that point, right? Today it's 1 in 7. By 2040, it's going to be 1 in 3. Talk about the major amount of why we're seeing that. Well, we used to, just to kind of solidify that point, as a diabetes educator, I have to do a lot of continuing education. I was just at Oak Hospital out in Newport Beach just a couple of weeks ago in their Center for Diabetes Education. They're the Marion Dick Allen Center for Diabetes, which is an incredibly advanced center for diabetes management and education there. And their chief endocrinologist came out and asked the question to the group of educators there, what's the youngest person you know that you treated with type 2 diabetes? In my case, an 8-year-old. They actually have over there at home right now a 2 and a 4-year-old with type 2 diabetes. What does exactly that mean? Well, we used to call type 2 diabetes adult onset diabetes. And when you see a 2-year-old, you can't call it adult onset diabetes anymore. So environmental factors. Here's one of the things that we, and since we're in a restaurant, I'm going to try to be, here's the thing, what I tell people. People come to me for nutritional advice. How do I control my blood pressure? How to control my diabetes? How do I control my cholesterol? How do I lose weight? How do I stay healthy? Nobody complete ignorant. We know that eating processed foods, fast foods, not eating enough fresh fruits and vegetables, not getting enough exercise. No one's shocked when I tell them their Snickers bar is not really a good snack idea, right? Or the Twinkie should rest in peace already, should go and never come back. Nobody's just shocked to hear that. Well, I didn't know Brussels sprouts are healthier than Trix cereal, Paul. Well, yeah, I'm sure, and nobody ever tells me that, right? Everybody knows that. The problem is this. It's so easy to eat poorly nowadays. It really is. It's never been more convenient. And the truth is that when someone asks me for nutritional advice, I tell them never eat anything their great-grandparents never didn't eat. So if your great-grandfather was around, your great-grandmother, if you hand them a Dorito, would they say, oh yeah, I grew up eating these are wonderful, I love them, right? Or you give them a Hot Pocket, something you get out the microwave, a lean cuisine or something. Wow, look at that, huh? That's the problem. That's part of it. Lack of physical activity. 1960, the average American was getting 10,000 steps. That's where they came up with that 10,000 steps a day. Today, the average American gets 4,200 steps a day. You think that's not another contributing factor? And of course, the stressors. We live longer. We stay up later at night. There's a Dr. over here at UCLA, Dr. Peter Butler, an endocrinologist specialist on diabetes. I was in a conference with him just a couple of months ago, back in October of 2013. He announced at that conference that they have a cure for type 1 diabetes within the next 15 or 20 years. They're doing cell transplants of the beta cells into the pancreas. It seems to be taken. They're doing human trials now. They'll perfect it within the next 15 to 20 years. That's a cure for type 1 diabetes. Great. When asked, why are we seeing so much type 2 diabetes? One of his theories is everything I just told you about. And more importantly, he said this is one of the main reasons he believes. And they were talking about a world-renowned endocrinologist, expert on diabetes, research scientist. He said it's exposure to blue light too. It's stressing us out. What is blue light? Blue light is what is released in all these fancy TVs we have now, high definition TVs, Blu-ray, DVD players, right? iPhones, like these gadgets right here, right? These little mobile phones, these smartphones, iPads, laptops. We're constantly being bombarded by this light called blue light. What blue light does is tricks your brain to thinking that it's still day after dark. Why is that important? Because our brain produces this beautiful neurotransmitter that's necessary for good health. It's called melatonin. And what they found is as little as 45 minutes of exposure to blue light after dark can shut down melatonin levels 100% for that night. Why is that important? Because melatonin is so important in keeping our appetite under control. It helps keep our blood pressure under control, helps improve our mood, helps reduce our perceptions of pain and discomfort, which is another stressor, right? So all these things come into, when you're seeing children as young as toddlers already addicted, physically addicted to these kind of gadgets, where you actually, if you were to take it away from them, they exhibit the same symptoms as if you take a drug away from a person who's addicted to any kind of drug.